Not even President Cyril Ramaphosa has been exempted from the ongoing load shedding. He apologized to delegates after his main address at the ongoing local government summit was disrupted by the blackouts. The country is in its third week of severe power cuts that have even gone up to stage 6.
The lighting has already kicked in, but the mic takes a bit back now. You can continue.
Okay, I was being given lessons on how to deal with load shedding. And I must say, I am sorry about that. This continues to be our biggest challenge, as you all know. And I think it affects you at local level because you distribute electricity, and when it does this, it gets your own customers to lose businesses, it disrupts the livelihoods of our people, and people lose confidence in us.
To stay with that story, I'm joined now in studio by our politics reporter Ziyanda Ncgobo, who was there when the lights went off. Okay, maybe we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But let's get into the business of it, right? So what did he have to tell delegates at the summit?
I think the three critical things that the president raised, he was very blunt about how political infighting within municipal councils is creating a paralysis in terms of being able to make decisions, but also how he says they've been hijacked and captured, to serve the needs of a small group of people as opposed to the citizens of those particular communities. The second thing that he addressed was about revenue collection, and linked to that the capacity of municipalities, decrying the state of continuously outsourcing. And in fact, there was a pushback to the president to say, well, if you don't change then, which is the third critical thing, the funding model for municipalities, how are you going to attract the best skills, the best engineers, the best accountants? If you look at the salary grading, it's nowhere near competing then with those within the private sector. And I think, when it came to discussing the discussion on attracting investments, whilst he didn't mention it, but it was just quite clear that he was speaking about the disinvestment of clover from the Ncgobo local municipality, where you saw there were 2 speakers and 2 mayors. That's the paralysis, right? And it left the Northwest and went to go set up shop in KwaZulu-Natal. So it was discussing how to practically then make local government more attractive for investments, but also the conduct of officials who are there, who are meant to be ensuring that these communities are attractive for investors.
But it is where we are able to build these ideal municipalities, where we are able to ensure that we get rid of instability within government structures and processes as well. Now, the political contestation and infighting that is wreaking havoc in our municipalities must come to an end. We must find a way of saying we want to focus on governance. We want to focus on providing services to our people. And once the structure has been set up, we accept that that is the structure and we move forward with it, and we will fight later, 5 years later, when we once again go to elections. Because if we don't do that, then our infighting has a negative impact on our people. We should once and for all end the hijacking of municipal councils and administrations for self-enrichment and personal gain.
So, Dudu, you would have heard then the president speaking again about, political infighting. It would be interesting to see how, as we go to that 55th National Conference, how they'll be discussing these issues, because that is exactly where, citizens get to interact with the level of service delivery by the governing party, not necessarily from a provincial or a national level, but it is actually at municipal levels where you get to feel then it's the coalface of service delivery. So, on that note, the president did speak about revenue collection, which is very interesting because, during the interactions with delegates, someone raised the issue of, Mr. President, you're always bailing out Eskom. Why are you not scrapping then the municipal debt, because the two are intertwined? Yeah. And if you're going to do that and also still want to increase then the price of electricity, you're almost shooting yourself in the foot. Let's listen to what the president had to say earlier.
Municipalities need to focus, and I want to repeat, on promoting economic growth and also focus on the imperative of revenue collection. And municipalities should not just be happy with the 40-50% revenue collection they get. They must always be finding ways and means of increasing the revenue collection. Because in the end, municipalities are run like businesses. You have customers who are your residents or citizens, and you've also got to pay up quite a number of your own expenses, be it salaries and other products and services that you get. So essentially you are running a business, and it is a business that provides services to our people.
It's great because the president understands exactly how to run a business, especially the fact that you need electricity. Exactly. And so his address was interrupted because the power went out. And exactly. So how are municipal officials, the people who were in the room, we're talking about mayors, we're talking about chairpersons of Impact, you're talking about municipal managers, city managers, the people who, yes, at a strategic level are the engineers of the functioning of municipalities, but you can't function and do revenue collection and make sure that your systems function without electricity. And I guess that's why the president actually, aptly so, had to apologize to those in the room. What show is it where they say it's who? Timi man. It's okay. Thank you very much, Ziyanda Ncgobo, our politics reporter.